Hey, how are you guys doing? Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. So you've been doing your homework at home, haven't you? It's been kind of different doing online classes, but it's not very long before school's out and it's report card time and your grades are going to come out. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you ever get a reward for good grades? Get A, B, whatever it might be, and maybe mom or dad get you a Blizzard at Dairy Queen or an ice cream cone, or maybe they give you a little bit of money, something like that. Those are cool kind of things because you've done a good job. Remember the people who came to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple? Remember how Haggai had to come along, a prophet that God raised up. Haggai came along and told them that they needed to rebuild the temple. If they wanted things right with God, that's what they needed to do. And they did, okay? They did. That's kind of a cool part of the story that we've been walking through. And on Sunday, we talked about what happened, how God did, because God saw what they're doing. Like God sees what you're doing. God saw what those people were doing. He saw that they were working on the temple and that they had begun the work that He'd asked them to do. I want to read out of Haggai chapter 2, verses 18 and 19. From this day on, think carefully, from the 24th day of the 9th month, from the day the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid, think carefully. Is there still seed left in the granary? The vine, the fig, the pomegranate, the olive tree have not yet produced. But from this day on, I will bless you. You see, in this passage of Scripture, here's just to kind of understand it simply. The people responded and they started on the work. They worked, and because they were obedient to what God had called them to do, what God had asked them to do, God says to those people, I will bless you. In the story earlier on, when we read Haggai, the crops didn't produce a plant. There wasn't much corn in there. There wasn't much tomatoes. And none of that stuff was growing in their fields. And so they started to work, and God said, you're going to have a harvest. You're going to have more tomatoes than you're going to do with, more corn than you've ever had before, because I am going to bless you. So here's the takeaway for you and I. God asks us to do certain things. And we can choose to do those things or choose not to do those things. It's kind of our choice. But here's what we learn from this passage of Scripture, from the story in Haggai. If we will do what God asks, it looks like God will bless us. That God will reward us like your parents do for good grades or for making your bed or whatever it might be that they've asked you to do. That God will reward us. And isn't that what we want? We want God to be pleased with us, and we want God to bless us. And how does that happen? By being obedient to His Word and by doing what God asks us to do. Thank you for joining us. See you later.